Introduction. Our ancestors hoarded food and wood to protect themselves from life-threatening dangers such as the elements and predatory animals. We don't face the same dangers today, but our instinctive behavior remains the same when we face financial danger due to economic uncertainty. This is a behavioral economics book showing readers how money anxiety impacts consumer financial behavior and the economy. Readers will see how a high level of money anxiety changes consumers' saving and spending behavior, and the impact this change has on retail sales and bank savings. This knowledge will allow business and financial people to reduce expenses during times of high money anxiety and increase revenues during times of low money anxiety. The book describes the results of my research, showing how the level of money anxiety leads to 6 types of consumer financial behaviors. The 6 behavioral types, referred to as behaviorology, were developed based on scientific research into the connection between consumer financial anxiety and the economy. These findings show that the state of the economy is inversely correlated to consumers' level of money anxiety. When the level of money anxiety is up, the economy is down, and when money anxiety is down, the economy is up. The book shows how consumers change their saving and spending patterns based on their level of money anxiety, and how this, in turn, impacts the economy. When money anxiety increases, consumers save more and spend less, which pushes the economy into a recession. Conversely, when money anxiety decreases, consumers save less and spend more, which expands the economy. Economics is a complex subject, even for economists. Just try to get 10 economists to reach a consensus on the current state of the economy. This book simplifies economic assessment by showing readers how the money anxiety level changes consumers' financial behavior and how this impacts the economy without the need to study and review dozens of complex economic indicators and projection models. This book allows readers to be proactive and take preventative measures in anticipation of changes in consumers' money anxiety and their financial behavior. When the level of money anxiety is trending upwards, retail business should adjust pricing and inventories to the durable diet type of behaviorology, and banks should gear up for the mattress money type of financial behavior. An economy is cyclical by nature because no economy can expand or contract forever. Thus, the ability to detect shifts in the economic cycle and take proactive steps to ensure financial stability is highly desirable for business and financial people. This book provides an actual example of how the Money Anxiety Index detected the beginning of the downturn in the economy, 15 months prior to the official declaration of a recession in December 2007. This book is based on scientific research and empirical analysis from the fields of neurology, psychology, and behavioral economics. The book references research conducted by Daniel Kahneman, Ph.D., Nobel Prize recipient in economics, on thinking fast and slow, Dan Ariely, Ph.D., on irrational behavior, George Akerlof, Ph.D., and Robert Schiller, Ph.D., on behavioral economics, Deepak Chopra, M.D., and Rudolf E. Tanzi, Ph.D., on the 3 major components of the human brain, Leonard Mlodinow, Ph.D., on the structure and function of the brain, and Nassim Nicholas Taleb, Ph.D., on the impact of the highly improbable. The state of the local and global economy is a central theme of most news programs today, and is likely to stay this way for the foreseeable future. Reports on the debt, deficit, taxation, unemployment, and housing and consumer confidence are discussed daily, and for a good reason. The last recession, also known as the Great Recession, had the greatest economic impact on the U.S. economy since the Great Depression. Nearly every household in the U.S. was and is adversely impacted by the Great Recession and its aftermath, either by a job loss, declining home equity, and/or diminishing investments. Most people are puzzled by the severity of the Great Recession, and all the explanations about derivative financial products, CDs, and the like are just adding to the confusion. People are puzzled by the sluggish economic recovery despite trillions of dollars in governmental spending and Fed stimulus. They want a simple and valid explanation of what is holding the economy back and why. This book will provide readers with a simple, empirical, and logical explanation of the root cause of the sluggish economy, and how those who are involved in business or finance can leverage this knowledge to improve their business performance. This book demonstrates how the level of financial anxiety is the main driver of the economy and can make the difference between recession and growth. Moreover, this book makes the case that current methods of evaluating consumer confidence and calculating price elasticity are inadequate because they do not factor in the level of consumer financial anxiety. No need to look up behaviorology in the dictionary. It's not there, yet. I had to coin this term in order to describe the science of financial behavior. Behaviorology is a combined discipline of physiology, psychology, and economics, all fitting together into one specific model that can be empirically measured and repeated. The closest discipline to behaviorology is behavioral economics, which explains how human behavior impacts the economy. However, behaviorology takes behavioral economics one step farther by introducing a matrix of 6 types of financial behavior we all share. This is a timeless book because it deals with a timeless subject, human behavior. Human behavior never changes. The only changes throughout the ages are the circumstances humankind faces. The human reaction to varying circumstances has not changed because our reactions are built into our brain structure. This book draws on the latest research in behavioral economics, psychology, and brain neurology, which together explain why we behave the way we do under varying economic conditions. I found it very helpful to be a non-economist because I was able to have an unbiased and broader perspective on the economy. Unlike economists, who view economics through the lenses of whichever economic theory they endorse, I was able to look at events from a neutral perspective, which also includes psychology and human behavior. The advantage of this approach is that the principle presented in this book is valid regardless of an economic theory. Whether Keynesian or invisible hand, the principles of behaviorology are valid and applicable, a rare occurrence in economics.